Take you back to Pretoria now. The whole pretext behind this investigation, 5 homeless people killed in Pretoria in the past month or so. We also can tell you that the case against a 40-year-old suspect allegedly involved, and I must make this clear, in another attack has been remanded now until the 8th of July. Police are telling us that these cases, as far as they're concerned, are not related. Back now to Leranzu Temba, who joins us from outside court. And Leranzu, are police absolutely emphatic about this, that these are 2 separate lines of investigation?
Yeah, that's what police are saying. That's what the NPA is saying as well, that these 2 cases are not linked. But what is quite important is the fact that there are now 2 men that have come forward to the police alleging that they were attacked by a man with a knife in the early hours of the morning. Now, we know that the first case has been thrown out due to insufficient evidence. The 40-year-old man was supposed to have appeared on Friday, and this didn't happen because of this. But now it seems like in May, another man was attacked, and his case is going to be taken forward, and the NPA really seems confident about the strength of this case. But let's just hear it from them. Thank you so much, Sipindi, for joining us again this afternoon. Tell us about the strength and the weaknesses of this case. I mean, there's been really many twists and turns really happening. Also, by the fact that 48 hours had lapsed, and this is one of the reasons why the suspect had to be let go, but only to be brought again because of a different charge, a different docket. Can you just clear it for us? What's going on?
Okay, indeed we can confirm as the NPA that initially in this matter there were 2 dockets brought before court. The first docket was brought in on Friday with the arrest of the suspect made on Tuesday. So the NPA could not place the matter on the roll since the 48-hour period has lapsed. As you might know, that the law requires that an arrested person should be brought before court as soon as possible within a time frame of 48 hours. And within that docket, there was insufficient evidence to place the matter on the roll as well. So hence we declined to prosecute the matter as the NPA. But with the docket that was brought in today, the NPA was satisfied that there were prospects of a successful prosecution, hence the matter was then placed on the roll.
Just speaking about the satisfaction that the NPA has, are you also quite confident that, the mistakes of the past won't be repeated? And I mean, as in, not having enough evidence, or, not sticking to the same time frames or the said time frames. Are you confident that you're going to be not making a mess, I guess, of this one?
No, look, we never intend to bring people before court or to make a mess out of cases, and I don't think it would be correct to actually say that whether the police or the NPA makes a mess out of matters, because the most important thing that informs us that a person needs to be brought before court is whether or not there is evidence that suggests that a person has a case to answer. But also in doing that, it is very important to uphold the rights of the same accused person. Hence, where we see that certain laws have been broken, then we will not be enrolling such matters. Where we see that a matter is not ready to be placed before court, then we won't be enrolling such matters, because the aim is not to arrest, to bring a person before court when the state is not yet ready to proceed with such a matter, because we have an obligation to subject accused persons to speedy trials, and therefore it is important to take into consideration the rights of the accused person as well.
Sure. Sipindi, just lastly and very quickly, can you tell our viewers if these cases are anyway linked to the homeless killings of 5 men?
We can confirm as the NPA that currently within the dockets, the docket that was brought to court today, there is no evidence that currently links this suspect before court to the murders of the 5 homeless people. So at this current stage, we don't have any evidence that suggests that the accused person can be linked to the other 5 murders.
Thank you so much. I think the wording of what she just said is very important here, Jeremy. At this moment, currently, there isn't any evidence that's linking it to the capital murders. But of course, as investigations unfold and as time goes by, the situation might change. But as things stand right now, this case is very separate to the homeless killings. We know that the suspect is going to be appearing again in the dock on the 8th of July. This, meanwhile, police verify his address in Limpopo, but also just check whether or not he is involved in any other criminal cases. With that, over to you.
All right, let